Hello, and welcome to our very first meetup on blogging for business. I am Rebecca, and I'm from the Wix blog team. And today I'll be the host of this meetup, whose goal is getting your business ready for blogging and help you grow your business with this powerful tool called blog. Today, we'll give you all the tools you need to create a blog that brings business. We are here for the business owners like you. We listen to our users. We speak to them regularly. And this is how we put together a list of the main reasons why businesses avoid blogging. Let's see them together. And I promise you that by the end of this meetup, you won't be able to think of a single reason to avoid blogging anymore. Many say that blogging is just for bloggers and not for small and medium businesses. So many perceive blogging as a place to share your personal thoughts, your tips, your advices. But nowadays, businesses of any size are using blog because they understand there is such a powerful marketing tool. The second and third reasons are that I don't know what to write about, I am not a good writer. Business owners can talk about their business for hours, but when it comes to writing, they feel a block. So today, not only we're gonna explore how to write successful blog posts, but also how to get inspired, how to find topics to talk about. Another reason is that you think you don't have time. And this is especially a challenge for the small businesses who don't have the resources to take care of a blog. Today, we'll explore different solutions. For example, how to create a content strategy that you can actually execute, or how to outsource the content of your blog with a professional writer. And last but not least, you know that a blog is good for SEO, but you are not an SEO expert. That's why Wix blog comes with integrated capabilities for the SEO of your blog. And today, we'll also explore the fundamentals of SEO for your blog. So how do blogs actually help businesses grow? Let's see what's going on out there. B2C companies who blog generate 88% more leads than the ones who do not blog. So in many cases, content creation is the cheapest way to drive traffic to your website in the long run. Websites with a blog tend to have 434% more index pages. Think about it. It's much easier to drive customer to your website if you actually create content that is relevant for them, that interests them. And nearly 50% of buyers view 3 to 5 pieces of content before engaging with a sales representative. A blog not only brings traffic to your website, it creates trust around it, and trust converts into business. So Wix, of course, comes with an all-inclusive blog tool. And today we'll learn how to use it at its best with the people who actually build it. And now let's get started. Here's the agenda for today. Why every business needs a blog, with Ruth, who's creating hundreds of articles every year. And she's gonna tell us why it's so important to have a blog. Professional blogging for non-bloggers with Simona, our customer success manager, who helps on a daily basis businesses like you to succeed with their blog. And last but not least, we're gonna get to know the Wix blog product with Edvinas and Milda, the people who actually build the product you're gonna be using. And now I hand over the stage to Ruth, who's gonna tell us why every business should blog. And of course, you're gonna get the recording of all the sessions a couple of days after this meetup. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ruth. I'm from the Wix blogs team. And today we're going to discuss why every business needs a blog. So that's the name of this session today. But let's face it, if you want to market your business successfully and have a flourishing online presence, starting and maintaining a blog is an essential component of this. I would even go as far to say as it's a non-negotiable. So me and my team are working on creating amazing content for just a few of the English Wix blogs. Our blog is also localized into 11 different languages. We have several teams at Wix that are, in addition, creating all of this blog content that is tailored to different types of professional audiences. So seeing by the amount of blogs we run, by the time and resources we invest into the creation of all of this blog content, we take our blogging very seriously. And we're going to look at some of the reasons why this is. So another thing that you should know about us here at Wix is that we're very fond of numbers, and all of our decisions are made based on data. So I would like to take you through this reasoning with the help of a few stats. So here we go. 77% of internet users read blogs. This in itself is a staggering number considering how many people are actually on the internet, but it is probably not so surprising to you. I mean, content is simply everywhere. As a small business owner, you're probably consuming tons and tons of content, and it's safe to say that your customers are probably doing the same thing. So in the last years, the marketing landscape has really changed, and we are seeing more and more businesses using content marketing tactics to engage with new audiences. Let's take, for example, a look at Wix user Jennifer Kaplan. Jennifer is a wellness coach and yoga instructor. In the last year, she truly turned her passion into her career. She set up her business, and one of the first steps was to create her blog. Jennifer uses her blog to educate visitors about intuitive eating practices. So we are seeing all types of businesses starting to blog, from big companies to individuals and small businesses. So why do we think that is? Well, 70% of people would rather learn about a company through articles rather than an advert. Nowadays, people don't want this virtual salesman coming, knocking at their door, trying to sell them things that they don't need. Consumers nowadays really want to be in charge of their own buyer journey. So when we're looking at the marketing funnel, there is a stage of discovery and research, which is a very crucial stage. And this is exactly where businesses can use the power of content marketing. This form of marketing, which we're calling marketing through education, is really a much more palatable form. It is not aggressive, and it's going to resonate with people so much better. So the message is going from businesses saying, I want to sell something, to I really want to solve your problems. Everyone has their own needs, and me as a company, I'd like to help you and improve your process. So part of why this works so well is because it helps build trust and credibility for your brand. And these are both invaluable assets. And a blog allows you to do this extremely effectively. In the most simplistic form, a blog allows you to share updates about your business, any new products you have or any new bookings, services that you're offering can be shared with a blog. But more than that, it's a great way to show off your expertise. And once you're sharing more about your expertise, then you're building your authority on this topic, and people will truly appreciate it. Think about it. You as a business owner know your business, your industry better than anyone else. I can give you a personal example. I myself am a bit of a productivity nerd, and I am following a certain productivity methodology called getting things done. Now, the premise of getting things done is that essentially you have many different tools you can use. So my next action is going to be heading to Google, trying to understand how do I get better at using this methodology for my own personal life. And I'm looking at the results and I'm getting a bunch of content my way. I'm going through the articles and I'm specifically focusing on one from a blog called Todoist. And I can tell you that to this day, I use this app from Todoist, and it is a lifesaver, and they have truly changed my life. And that is something that is extremely powerful. You cannot put a price tag on that. So another great thing about a blog is that it is a way to create a direct line of communication with your potential customer base. As an author, you're putting your name out there and people get to know the face behind your brand. Taking it a step even further, people can interact with your article by commenting on the post or when your post is shared on social media. And the more value you're offering to your audience, the more people will recognize this and will want to be engaged in your community. So in essence, your article topic is becoming the base for a discussion. This discussion can happen within the comments of your article, or it can happen in the setting of a forum on your site. Let's take a look back at Jennifer and how she is actually putting this into effect. So Jennifer is transforming her article topics into social posts. Then her audience is engaging with these social posts on Instagram and Facebook. And even taking it a step further, she actually built a whole Facebook discussion group around these topics. So she's really creating this kind of community around her passion, which is amazing. And also a very good way to gain new topic ideas. So she's really trying to understand her audience's needs and providing solutions for them. So in essence, by offering real value and solving your customers' problems, you're building the foundation for trust. Now, trust is not only something that is valued by humans. Google is actually using this foundation to rank sites. So we all know that a blog is helping boost your SEO. And in the world of SEO, there's a very well-known concept called EAT, which stands for expertise, authority, and trust. And everything we've mentioned beforehand in those previous slides is actually applying to Google when they are assessing the quality of content online. So the more content you're creating, the more Google is going to associate your business with this topic and recognize you as an expert and authority in this field, which will make your pages appear even higher in search results. Amazing. So we all know that that is a very big part of a website. We want to improve our position in search results. And getting found online is so important. So a blog is a really super essential component of this because of this very simple equation. The more you start blogging, the more articles you're publishing, the more pages you're creating. And all of these pages are essentially opportunities for your pages to be indexed. As Rebecca mentioned beforehand, blogs can result into 5 times more indexed pages, which is in itself fantastic. So you're going to be grabbing more and more real estate on search results. Let's say that you own a plant shop. So in traditional terms, the keywords that you can target are something like flower shop in Brooklyn. With a blog, you can tap into different long tail keywords in order to attract new audiences. So let's say that you are now starting a blog and you have an article topic that is how to not kill your orchid, or even better, the best low maintenance plants that you can put in your house. These are topics that I would definitely be interested in. And so again, we are creating more and more opportunities. People can arrive at these posts and get to know your brand. They see that you are the authority, and we have this element of trust. And we're also, in addition, increasing brand discoverability and awareness. So lots of birds with one stone. And in general, a blog is also a fantastic tool to get traffic to your site. We know that businesses that blog get 55% more website visitors than businesses that don't. And in addition to SEO, there are many different ways to drive traffic to your site thanks to your blog. Let's take a look back at Jennifer's business. So she knows what topics are going to resonate with her audience. She's then transforming these article ideas into an array of different marketing assets and attracting people to her site thanks to her blog. So she's transforming them into newsletter campaigns, into social posts. They can become landing pages for PPC campaigns. They can be stretched out into a bigger ebook. We can even, following a marketing trend of today, transform them into audio and even have a whole webinar dedicated to this topic. For example, we just published on our blog an article about blogging for businesses. So here we are. And what is the main reason you actually want to get people to your site? Well, essentially, we want to get qualified leads that will eventually perform an action, whether it's to book a service or buy a product or sign up to a newsletter. That's always going to be the end game. So companies with blogs produce an average of 67% more leads monthly than companies that don't blog. So let's say that after this session, you're going to be in this pool of people that is going to start a blog. You immediately have the upper hand over your competitors. So thinking back to our marketing funnel, when you're thinking about those people that are interested in your topic, you know for a fact that those people are interested in learning more about your industry or perhaps buying from you. So this power of intent-based marketing, meaning that you're essentially meeting people on their buyer journey, you're meeting them halfway, and this is very powerful. So in addition to all of that, to seal the deal, now we know that 60% of people purchase a product after reading a blog post about it. Then you know for sure you're making a really solid investment with your blog. And if you're offering real value to your readers, really showing them that you care, you want to help them, you want to solve their problems, then you're continuously increasing your chances of getting conversions, which is great, fantastic. And we definitely practice what we preach. Wix also uses a blog as a marketing tool. So in the past year, just by writing content that is tailored to our industry, we have managed to double our traffic and triple the conversions that we're getting only from our blog. And so we're seeing that every single type of business, every single size of business can use blogging to their advantage and use it as an essential marketing tool. And now I'm going to hand over the mic to Simona, who's going to take us through the how to start your blog.
Thank you, Ruth. So as a customer success manager at Wix blog team, I have spent the last 3 years uncovering bloggers' needs, behaviors, challenges, and I researched over 1,000 successful blogs at Wix. Ruth talked on advantages of blogging for business, and now I would like to deep dive into best practices of blogging and to share with you professional bloggers' tips that will help you run your own blogs successfully. I will also discuss the upcoming blogging trends that I picked up in the past year, and we'll also talk on the main challenges that bloggers face and how you personally could tackle them. So let's start with tips on how to write a well-performing post. A well-performing post is the one which drives traffic to your site and converts visitors into customers. So when you write a blog, of course, you want your content to be relevant to your audience. In other words, you want the right audience to see your blog post on the top of their search results when they look for something on Google. So to achieve that, first, you should start with finding out what specifically your audience is searching for. This process is called as keyword research. Keywords are words or group of words that match the search terms that people enter into Google. There are different tools to find out these terms, and some of them are Google Trends or Google Keyword Planner. They are free to use, and I recommend you to try them out. So look what your audience is looking for, pick up a few phrases to focus on, and use them throughout your post, title, meta tags, and alt text for images. The question that I often hear from bloggers who just start blogging is how long my post should be. So the industry standards suggest that the longer the post, the better it performs. Word posts with 2,000 words are indexed higher on search results. They are also more likely to get more often shared. However, shorter posts of 500 words also work well if they answer the intent of the reader. So simply start with shorter posts and write about things that are relevant to your audience, but are also that you are passionate about. Let's speak now about blog title. The title is the first thing to appear in search results, and readers will use the title to decide if they are interested in reading and clicking and opening your post or not. So this is what makes the title that important, and a good title generates higher click-through rates. There are many different types of formulas, but the formula that always works is the traditional one. Number or question plus adjective plus keyword plus promise. For example, 25 striking blog logos for your inspiration. A good tip is that there are different title generator tools that you can use for the inspiration. Backlinking, it may sound maybe complicated, but let's get it unwrapped. So links are an essential part of successful SEO. Every link to your blog increases chances of attracting new visitors. So always strive for backlinking. This is to get your content published with the link to your site, which these new audiences will follow. The easiest way to achieve backlinking is simply when you write your own blog post to use internal linking. So in the text, add the links to your other blog posts or to the other pages of your website. Also, try to be active on other platforms. So look where the people of your industry or potential customers are most active. It can be other blogs or forums or some popular social media sites, and also become an active participant there. Write professional, engaging comments and always include a link back to your blog. Last but not least, collaborate and do guest blogging. Guest blogging, it's not only a way to reach a whole new audience, to drive traffic back to your site, but also helps to build potentially useful relationships with other businesses in your niche. It's known that articles with image every 100 words gets shared twice as much as articles without. So, and also what's more, it helps to break up the blocks of text and makes the post more easily readable for your audience. So when you write a blog post, add lots of original, high quality images and video, and alt text them with these good keyword phrases that we just talked about. Of course, the content, visual content, should be related to your business and support what you are saying. And when talking about visuals, be sure also to include visuals when you post your blog on social media or promote it through email marketing. It's not enough to get traffic to your blog. In order to be successful, your readers need to spend time on your blog to actually read the content and, at best case scenario, to convert into your customers. So you should always try to create the content tailored specifically to your audience interests, but also keep them engaged in your blog post. So to achieve that, use call to action buttons that leads to your product pages, to exploration of your store. In your blog post, try to encourage to download your materials or electronic files that you prepared for your audience, or add subscription forms that your readers can leave their email and you can access them directly with your new post published. The thing that is easily to overlook is the design of the post, which should be easily shareable. So make sure that your posts have the share buttons, which are easily visible both on desktop and on mobile. Besides sharing buttons, you can incentivize your readers to share your text, your post, if they like it, simply in the text. So just in your blog post, you can add a phrase, and encourage your readers to share your blog post if they found it useful. While researching thousands of successful blogs and blogging industry standards in general, I identified a few trends which I would also like to share with you today. So the trend number one to follow is to include different forms of content. We increasingly see that blog posts who use a mixed media highly outperform the words-only posts. So as mentioned, use visuals as images and videos in your blog posts. Another trend that we see is that more and more blog posts are being verbalized into podcasts, videos, or webinars. So try to pick up with this trend as well. And when it comes to the content itself, producing content based on original research is another mega trend and great for SEO. So do research, conduct interviews, include quotes, and catch up with the content format, which is on the rise now. So now we discussed the aspects of well-performing posts. And let's look into tips which are also important to make your blog in general successful. So consistency, it's like a mantra, a word which is a mantra. And another popular question, besides how long my post should be, is how often I should post on my blog. So the answer is that frequency is not that important. It can be every day, every week, once a month, but the critical part here is that the posting intervals should be stable. So why is this important? By adding new content constantly, you indicate that your site is active. And this is this freshness factor that Google algorithms look at when they rank your website on top of search results. What's also important, that consistency cultivates readers' confidence that fresh content is a routine on your blog more than just sporadic and accidental. So it really creates a professional look and feeling that the site is alive, and it sets readers' expectations for a new post to come, and just allows them to fit their reading into their daily routine. Another thing that may sound trivial, but is very important, is structuring your blog into categories. So organizing blog into categories not only helps your readers to find the content quickly and easily, but also adds to the quantity factor of the site. Let me explain more. So each blog category acts like a sub-page, which Google algorithms like so much when we decide which websites to push on top of search results. So structure your blog into categories, multiply the site pages that you have, and don't forget to add the keywords when you set up the category page SEO. So use these keywords in category URL, in category page title, and in its description. Organic SEO is good nowadays, but to boost it, you also need to promote your content on social media actively and regularly. Search engines look at social media to help to determine the popularity and reputation of a website. It ranks higher if it's associated with an active social media account. So by maintaining an active profile on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, you can attract the attention of new customers and also let search engines know that you are legitimate. So once you publish a new blog post, go and share it on your social media profiles. Now, when you bring traffic to your website, always try to push the audience to your own property for future engagement. Collecting email addresses and direct relationships with your audience is great insurance against any traffic disruption. Unlike search and social, there aren't any tech giants like Google or Facebook between the blogger, with you as business owner, and between your reader. So try to add the contact or subscription form into your blog, provide free downloads in exchange of the email, be creative. We heard many times that data is a king right now. So the blog analytics also is super helpful in assessing the impact of your blog and seeing how you can improve it or simply duplicate the success of your blog. So check the blog analytics and data to see which topics are of interest to your audience. How do people find your blog? Does your blog post lead to sales and to visits to your store? If you notice something that works, simply repeat it. And as mentioned, while talking with bloggers, I see that there are certain challenges that many of them face. And I would like to prepare maybe you for these challenges and share some helpful tips how to tackle them. So one of the first challenges is that bloggers struggle to find ideas for articles. What you could do here. So firstly, focus just on your own expertise, write what you are passionate about, and try to deep dive into the area of your interest and expertise. Next, very simple tip, but very actionable, is just go back and update the old content that you have. Rewriting old articles has an amazing effectiveness when keeping your blog running. Last but not least, you can get inspiration by checking topics on classes and courses that people pay for on the platforms like Skillshare, Udemy, or LinkedIn Learning. You can also check content trend analysis tools like Trend Hunter, HubSpot Marketing. Questions and answers platforms like Quora also works as an inspiration for topics. Also, you can go into most popular book lists, let's say on Amazon, and see what people are reading and buying, and try to associate this topic to your own business and write on that. Finding time to post is another challenge that bloggers face. So first of all, simply to maintain the frequency of posting that we talked is so important, you could set up the post publishing calendar and try to increase the gap between when you write and when you publish. So you can prepare the topics and do the research in advance. You can allow time for writing, for picking the media, for sharing your posts with your relatives, getting feedback, rewriting it, and then publishing with the confidence. Also, if your resources allow, you could invest in hiring a person to manage your blog. If you have limited resources, you can strive for cooperation and do guest posting on other sites and publish external authors' posts on your blog. This not only helps you to potentially build relationships with other businesses, but also can bring traffic to your site. This is what we talked in backlinking part. And if you are still struggling, we have a help here. So a Wix Marketplace is the tool which can help you to connect with potential writers. So you can visit Wix Marketplace and look for authors to cooperate with. The third channel is simply to get started. It may look complicated, maybe not for you, but we have some tips that can help you to start your own blog. So try to find inspiration in your industry. Look what other businesses in your area is blogging about, how they run your blogs, and try to find inspiration and strength to start your own blog. Also, as mentioned previously, just start small with shorter posts, things that you are an expert of and that you are most passionate about. You can build a plan of 2-3 blog posts and topics that you want to write about, and step by step follow this plan. Also, sharing your creative work, you may feel sometimes hesitant about it. So simply show your blog post to your family and friends, get feedback from them, improve your blog post, and you will be confident to share it with a wider audience. And of course, as mentioned, you can always hire a blog writer, which will help you not to give up on your blog if you face challenges that we talked about. And I really hope that these tips were helpful and you will put them into action when you start your own blog. And now I would like to handle the mic to my colleagues at Wix Blog, Milda and Edvinas, who will speak about the actual tool to run your blog, the Wix Blog.
Thank you, Simona. And now let's go to the part where we show you the actual Wix blog in action. My name is Edvinas, this is Milda.
Hi.
And we work as software developers here at the Wix blog team. So today we will show you how to get up and running with your own Wix blog. So without any further ado, Milda, take it away.
Thank you, Edvinas. So here in our team, we created an all-in-one blogging platform that is fully adjustable to your personal needs. And I will demonstrate how to add it to your site. So let's get started. Of course, to have a blog on your site, we need to have a website. For this example, we chose this home remodeling website from one of our Wix templates, and we will add the blog here. To do that, we will click this button, Add, find the blog, and click Add it to our site. Takes a couple of seconds.
The template looks great, by the way.
Thank you. And once we are installing, we can choose from 3 options. The first one is to install only a blog. This is an option that is perfect for personal bloggers or for businesses, as in our case. The second one is to install blog for a writing team. So for example, if you're an online magazine and you want to have multiple people that have access to your blog and can write, you would choose this option. The third option is a blog with members area. This is a good option if you want to bring a community around your blog. But for our example, I will choose the first option. So let's get started.
All right.
Once our blog is installed to our site, we have 2 new blog pages. The first one is the blog feed, and the second is a post page. Blog feed is a page where all of your published posts are being displayed. So on our site, we have 3 example posts, and the user can browse around and see all of the posts. And if the user clicks on any of the posts, they would be taken to this post page. So the second blog page, we can go to this page. This is a page that displays the full content of a post, and the visitor can read it. So yeah, you can see it, it's a full page. And both of these pages are fully customizable. And let's do that.
Yeah, sure.
To do that, let's go back to the previous page. We click on blog and go to the settings. Here we have multiple options on how to customize our blog. For example, if we go to the display tab, we can choose which elements to show in our blog feed. For example, I don't like that Edvinas' name is being shown on the post because it's not me.
Fair enough.
And I will choose to not display it. I can also choose many different options, what to display and what not. There are more tabs, but now it looks good. Then we can go to the layout tab and choose a different layout. This one looks good, but I want something different. And Edvinas, what would you choose in my case?
I definitely would go for the editorial one.
Yes, it's actually one of my favorites as well. It looks very different than the previous. Here, once we choose a different layout, we can customize it even more, but it looks good so far. And then I can go to the design tab and change the design of my blog feed. For example, if I go to posts, I can change the color of my titles to the dark blue one. I think it really fits. Or I could choose the font to match it more to my overall site feel.
Yeah, this looks good.
Yeah, let's choose this one. There are more tabs and much more options, so I really recommend to just click around and see all of the options because it's a lot of them. But now let's go and customize our post page. So the page that I've shown before also has a lot of options. I go to the settings the same way, and I can click around. For example, now display tab has even more options. I can choose, for example, whether I want to allow my users to engage and write comments. I can enable or disable it, but I will leave it for now. Then I can change design as well, match it to my blog feed, and now it looks good.
Yeah, it looks the same.
Now let's go back to the feed page. And as you can see, now we have 2 blog pages. This is all that the blog needs. But of course, we can add blog elements to not only to 2 of these pages, but to more pages. For example, this is a home remodeling website. So maybe I want to have a page for specifically showcasing my past projects. And I write posts about them, but it's a different content. So I choose to display it in a different place. I can create a new page. I'll create a blank page, call it past projects. And it's done. I have a new page. And now if I click to the add button and go to blog tab, I have multiple elements that I can add to any of the pages in my website. So for my use case, I will add another blog feed. And now if I go to the settings, in my settings, I will find settings that allow me to filter the posts in this feed by multiple criteria. So for example, I could choose to showcase only the posts that are about my past projects. Now, once we design how our desktop looks, we need to remember a very important aspect that these days, a lot of users come to our website through mobile devices, and everything looks different on mobile. So we can customize this view as well. We can go to the mobile editor. Currently, our blog looks like this, but I can go to the settings and choose to display it differently. For example, make it a more minimal blog with more minimal feel to it. So I like this better. Now, once we design our blog fully on desktop and on mobile, it's time to actually start writing posts. And Edvinas, you can take it from here.
Thank you, Milda. And you're absolutely right about mobile. It's very important. So don't forget to take care of that. And now that we have our website, as Milda said, yeah, let's start creating content. I'll publish the site. And let's go to my dashboard. This is like the back office of your website. Let's choose the blog section. And here we are met with the meat and potatoes, if you will, of every blog. These are the published posts. So let's create a new post. And for the title, I've chosen this title, 14 Interior Design Trends That You'll Fall in Love With.
Very relevant topic.
I hope you liked it. Okay, 14 interior design trends that you'll fall in love with. So really long title. Now that we have the title, we need some content. I prepared some content in advance. And now that we have the content, as we know, the best performing posts that have mixed media. So let's add an image to this post. I click the side panel, add, and we have lots of different options, but for now, we just need an image. Let's click image. And let's choose media from Wix. This way we can use these free images. We use them on our post. Let's search for interior. And I really like this picture. This seems nice, right?
Good choice.
All right, add it to our page. And already this is looking really good. So what else do we have here? We can change the settings of the post. So we have some general settings where we can change the cover image, the publish date, the offer, and we can set the post as a featured post. And since you are the owner of the website, you can change a lot of stuff. Next, we have advanced settings where we can change the excerpt, related posts. I really like this feature because I was the one who had to implement it. And we can enable or disable commenting for this particular post. Next, we have SEO settings, and these are divided into 3 categories, general ones, and you can see here what kind of preview you will see in a search engine result, and the basic SEO settings. Next, we have social share, which I think is a very useful tool because you can preview how your post will look like sharing on social media. And already, just like the post, the preview looks great. And third, but not least tab, it's advanced SEO settings, where the user, the advanced user, can change a lot of stuff. But have no fear, if you do not know how to change any of this, you can always hire a Wix SEO partner and get someone to do it for you. All right, so next item in the side menu, it's categories. And as we already know, Simona mentioned, that categories are very important for your SEO, but also for your users to explore your website and categorize your own content. So let's create a new category. Let's call this, what do you say, like design trends?
Interior design trends.
Interior design trends, okay.
Or just interior.
Okay, interior sounds good. We create the category, and just like that, category was created, and this post that we're writing was assigned to it. So now we go on to tags, which have similar advantages like categories for SEO and for letting your users explore your website. So we can also create these here. Let's put in
indoors.
Indoors?
As it's interior.
Okay. and I guess trends, no? And let's leave it here. Okay, so now that we have everything we need, the content, the SEO, the category, the tags, we can preview the post and take a look how it will actually look on the website. So for that, I click on preview.
You can take a note that this is the design that we chose when we were designing the post page. So this is how it will look on the post page.
Exactly as you designed it. Yes. Have to say, it looks great. So now we just need to publish the post. In order to do that, we just need to click publish. All right, and just like that, we have our very first post published. So we've created a website, we've created the content and published the post. So what else can we do? Let's take a look. We can go into categories, and this is a place where you can manage, well, your categories. So now we've already created a category called interior. Let's create a new category. Let's call it remodeling 101. And there's a lot of different options that we can do. Let's add an image for this category. Let's use Unsplash this time. And let's use this picture. Okay, click save. And just like that, we have a new category created. And this will allow for greater SEO and for greater discoverability within your website.
And just everything is more tidy, like grouped together.
Yes, exactly. So what else can we do? There is one more thing that you can do. And if you happen to have a WordPress blog, you can easily import all of the blog posts from that blog into your Wix blog. And this is really convenient way to migrate. Next, if writing a blog post turns out to be way more difficult than you anticipated, or for whatever reason, you can always hire a blog writer, and you can do it right here in this section. Next, you can take a look at, once you get going, you can take a look on how your blog is performing via analytics. And you can view stuff like what are your top performing posts and some other statistics. And the last option is blog settings. So let's take a look. In blog settings, the first thing you'll see, it's your profile as the author. So you can customize the way the users will see your profile in the post. Next thing that you can do is manage contributors. So for example, if I would like to add Milda as a contributor to my website, I can do it here. She will have access to create new posts in this website. But for whatever reason, if I don't want Milda to give access to my website,
of course,
but I still want to use her as an author, I can do it. I can also do it using add authors function. And this way, she just gives me the post and I added her, I added to my website and I pick her as the author. Next section is about sending email notifications. This is when your users will be notified about new posts. Which users? So you can send it to your blog subscribers or to site members, or to both of them, or neither of them. It's your website again, so you choose. And last but not least, we have SEO settings. So all the settings you need for posts, categories, and tags. So you can really dive deep into SEO using Wix blog. So let's save the settings. And now we have a website, we have our post, and the only thing left to do is to share our first post on social media. Exciting, isn't it?
Of course.
So the way to do that is we click on the post and we click share. And we choose which social media platform we want, or we can even create an email campaign. And this way, start getting traffic to your blog. I guess all there is to do is to wish happy blogging. This was Edvilas and
Milda.
Thank you very much. Rebecca, back to you.
It's been an incredible meetup. We learned so much about blogging, why it's so important for every business, why it matters, and we learn how to blog. We understand that a blog can really help a business grow, and for so many different reasons. It drives traffic to your website, increases its SEO, it builds trust around your business, and creates a connection with the relevant audience. And last but not least, it harnesses the power of a community. We have so many resources for you to help you blog at its best. The Wix blog that Edvinas and Milda show us how to use today. We have a help center where you can find all the answers to your doubt and questions around blogging. Here, you can find a QR code that you can scan to give us a feedback about this meetup. And you're also getting this link via chat. Thank you so much for being with us today. And now get ready for blogging.